Happy
There we
Monday
are.
night, everyone. It sure is
Sorry,
nice
we're
to
all
see
checking
everyone.
we're checking our stuff here. Oh, we're
It's
up.
good to see you. How's everyone's week? Are y'all off to a good start? I would say we're off to a good start
Yeah.
here. So a couple of things on Friday night. We mentioned that we would tell you when we were going to do a meet and greet for whoever wants to say hi and meet all the other Let's Go family members on the cruise on the Discovery Princess coming right up, departing on April 3rd. So we thought it would work really well on the morning of the 5th, on April 5th at the Wakeview Bar. Just come at 10 o'clock.
10
We'll be
o'clock
there.
ship time. We have no idea when they change the clocks.
We'll be there. So we'll just be there, and anybody wants to come and say hi, we would love to meet you, and everybody can meet everybody. And I thought that would work really nicely. So I'll put that in my video too, and Gordon can put out on Facebook. But if you're going to be there, come, because it'd be nice to get to see
Be there or be square.
Okay, so, and it's nice to see you all here. Cassie right off has a question. She's going in August on the Discovery, and she has noticed, as we have noticed, not only on the Discovery, but on some other ships, that they are now going to not be getting to Victoria until 9 p.m. We're supposed to be there earlier, like she said, their tour to Boot Shark Gardens, and indeed we have that same excursion booked.
Exactly, yeah.
And ours is still there. And so Cassie, by August, will for sure be able to tell you. I think once they get those cruises going, then we'll know how they'll handle that. I don't know that if they have just left those booked there and not canceled them just because they forgot about it, or if they're hoping to work out something to be able to take people over to Boot Shark Gardens for a little while. So when we went on Holland America this last year in 2023, they kept Boot Shark Gardens open later. So when we were getting there, it was closing, but they left it open for everybody that was there on an excursion. And then they just left in time just to really get us back in time for sail away. And so it worked out really good. And so I'm hoping that they're going to try to do that.
We did have bus issues.
Mm-hmm. We had one bus wouldn't start. So luckily there was enough room to get everybody on the other bus.
Yeah.
And we really just got back at about midnight, but we loved it. It was really good. So I'm hoping they're working out something to take everyone again, because it is so beautiful. Really cool to see. So Boot Shark Gardens has the largest in-ground lighting installation in North America, if you can believe it.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And it's beautiful the way they've done it.
Yeah.
So good question, Cassie. So stick with us and we'll let you know, because like I said, as soon as people start going, we'll start hearing too.
So I didn't tell her this on my way home tonight. I passed a bus that had Alaska across the side. Yeah. And there's the kid practicing, learning how to drive a bus. They hire the local college students, and so he was practicing.
But like, we live right at the mouth of a canyon, and there's lots of roads they're like off the edge, that you have to be a good driver. So it's a good place for them to learn.
It's as if they're driving in Alaska.
So anyway, it's kind of fun. We've been thinking about Alaska. So, and hey, Gina, nice to see you. Do you prefer Princess Travel Insurance, or do you prefer other insurance carriers? We need to buy insurance for the Love Boat Cruise. So here's everything. I'm not an insurance broker, so I can't counsel on insurance. I'll tell you what I've noticed and what we've chosen to do. How's that? So Princess has good insurance. So if you're thinking about Princess Insurance, you should read through what it covers, because some people are surprised at what it covers and what it doesn't cover. So on the Princess website, you go to princess.com, you scroll down to the bottom, and on the left-hand list of things, they recently rearranged and took some things away, but the Princess Travel Protection is still there. So you can read in it. Covers your cruise up to a certain amount. So like the situation, how you would get money back if you have to cancel your cruise and not go, some trip interruptions, some medical insurance, accident insurance, lost baggage, a few things like that. But it doesn't cover like your flights, for example. And sometimes you can even have to cancel your cruise, and then your flights get canceled if you have them with Easy Air, but you don't always get paid back for them, and sometimes you do. And I don't know how the rules all work with that, because I've known people that have had them go both ways. So if you want your flights covered, I think it's really important to either get other trip coverage that does cover flights, or my favorite way to do it is either when you book your flights, get the insurance that they offer, when you're ready to check out. And whether you're buying your flights like on American, I have experience with United, Delta, even Expedia, you can buy insurance right then so that you get your money back if you have to cancel, or buy flights that you get e-credit back. That's what the option Gordon and I always do. That if we have to cancel flights, we just get e-credit, we use it on the next flight. And so that's my favorite way to do, because otherwise you're paying money for flight insurance. And to me, that just like an extra coverage, and that's just more money. And so that's a good way to use Princess Insurance. If you want to use Princess Insurance, be wise with how you book your flights and book refundable hotel rooms. If we learned anything from what just happened with the Sun Princess, like those non-refundable hotel rooms are a little bit cheaper, but they have so much more risk associated with them. And so that's another good way to book. And like, then you don't have to buy coverage on your hotel rooms, just book refundable hotel rooms. And then you're fine with the Princess. If you want to include everything, you can do that and get like your Allianz travel insurance or Travel Guard. Just read through what they cover, because like they'll all have a limit, like how much they'll cover for a trip that has to be canceled. They'll have how much they'll cover for medical. So I just think everybody should assess their own risk and then kind of look. And then the other thing is with Dream Vacations, they associate with Leisure Care, which is another insurer. They're also underwritten by Aon, which is also who underwrites Princesses. And that one, they actually have a little bit better coverage. You can add on like flights, you can add on hotels, you can add on whatever you want to the coverage on that. But it does cost more then. So did all of that help? Is that what you had in mind? If anybody has other questions, you can put them down below. But those are really the things that I think about. Gordon and I have an annual policy now, and that has saved us a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah.
So.
And did you point out, so when I booked our airplane flights, there's a few dollar difference between getting a fully refundable ticket, or what we buy is they call it non-refundable, but if we cancel, we get an e-credit towards, and we fly enough that it pops in there and we use it on something else. Yeah. So
but yeah, really good question, Gina. Thank you. And Heidi, nice to see you. And Jeffrey, good evening. We've got Becky and Kathy.
Everybody's saying hello to each other.
Oh, I love you guys do that. Scroll back up. Was that a question right there? Somebody, Mig, finally downloaded Stock Perks.
Yeah. Here's a question from, here's Joseph made a good comment here.
I advise anyone trying to book Spellbound is book it as soon as it becomes available on your cruise. That is good, because you know what? People are going to want to go. I think it's going to be really popular, because I'm hearing from more people that they're booking the Sun Princess to go on Spellbound. So I can see people that do that, like going more than once. That if I booked a whole cruise on a certain ship for one venue, I would book it more than once, right? That would just be what I spend my money on that trip more.
And it's the only one that has Spellbound. I didn't tell you. So last night I'm dreaming about we'd gone to Spellbound.
Lonnie doesn't tell me.
And then I wake up and I'm thinking Star Princess. So I'm trying to figure out in my mind, I wonder who they're going to pull in for Star Princess. They already got Spellbound for the Magic Castle. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know any special venues. I have no idea. Why am I even worried about this? Okay. Back to reality here. Heidi had a question.
I know. There. I wanted to say hi to Kathy.
Okay.
I love your picture, Kathy. I think that every time I see it, she and her extended family of 14 are leaving on Vision of the Seas. They're going to Bermuda, 60 days from today. I am so excited for you and your family, Kathy. It's going to be great. And I was going to say, so when we went, Kathy, and you probably know this, but this is maybe helpful for everybody else. If you've not been on Royal Caribbean before, they have, like, you can do your set dining times, like 5:15 is early, and then they have my time, and I can't remember if the other one's 7:30. But when we went on Explorer of the Seas, and there's like a big main dining room. It's like 2 levels. It's really beautiful, actually. And but when we went at our time, it was like a long line the very first night. So it makes you nervous, because you're like, oh no, every night we're going to be in this long line. But not at all. They do it. They work it so seamlessly. The first night takes a little bit longer because they're assigning your table. And in Kathy's situation, they can say, hey, we've got, 14 of us, and we want 2 tables close together, and they'll do that. But also, if you say, what, I really just want to eat at 5:30, they were really accommodating when we were on our cruise. But then after that, every night you just walk in and sit down at your time, and it worked really nice. So I think it seems to me that Royal Caribbean does a really good job of combining the my time with the set dining times. So thought I'd put that out there.
Yeah.
So
thumbs up, everybody.
Oh, please do thumbs up. Let's see. Oh, Joseph is going April 17th on the Sun and was able to book it. Looks like it's probably sold out because it's not in the app anymore. Oh my goodness, they're only for 3 hours on Friday.
Yeah.
And everybody's going sooner, right? So everybody has made their final payment. Although I am hearing of like more glitches. So if you're someone that hasn't paid for your cruise, should I tell people this? Like, try to book it. If you don't have the loyalty level that you should, you could try it, because I'm hearing that it's working for some people.
And like she said in her video today, the app is not flawless, has issues.
Okay, what did Heidi?
Heidi had a question, and Jeffrey, I hope
Has
he's
anyone
paying
been on Virgin? Jeffrey has. I know right off, Jeffrey has. And I think he really enjoyed it. Didn't you, Jeffrey? We haven't been yet. So many places to go on, so many different ships, and only so much time and money. So we haven't yet. But it seems like a lot of people really enjoy it. Yeah. Let's see. Sarah is going to Alaska on the Majestic. I like going to Alaska on the Majestic, Princess. We got to do that. The Wakeview is a smoking area. Oh, is it on the Discovery?
I thought it was on one side, though.
You know what? Maybe we should pick somewhere else for people that bothers.
We'll
We'll figure out. But put 10 o'clock.
We'll plan at 10 o'clock that morning.
Because,
we'll figure it out.
I had thought of doing it one day in the buffet, but I don't want to have a whole bunch of people there. And I don't know if 3 people are coming or 10, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody trying to dine. So we'll think of somewhere else. I've emailed Princess, and I'm waiting for a reply for where we can have some of our group things. And I called the group department today, and she's like, put urgent in the subject line, because I've been doing it for a while and haven't heard back. So thanks, Buttons Bug. I appreciate that. We'll find somewhere different. Okay, I'll look at the deck plan this evening. We could tell you that in the video. Hey, Renee. I was waiting for them to correct my status before I ordered medallions. Yep, order your medallions. They will come the right color. One gentleman, Richard, it was nice to point out in the comments when I said, oh, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter from the standpoint. So many people are worried, like, you said that you're going to get your medallions the wrong color, but it is very inconvenient that it's not working for your Wi-Fi. So you can call Princess and tell them that you want to buy the Wi-Fi, because they can see your correct loyalty, and you can pay the half off. Depends on the rep you get. Some of them might want to tell you that you can only buy it on board now, or else you have to pay like the whole amount, and then on board go there, and they'll give you half back, and just say, no, I know you can do this, and then they'll do it. So it's another phone call though. I know, and I don't like that. So I'm really hoping they're working on it. You would think it should be coming soon, right? Let's see. Hey, Nancy. Michael, planning for the British Isle group cruise. I just learned about smidges that, really like humidity in Scotland. How do folks deal with bugs? Bugs seem to really like us. You know what? I'll have to look up about the smidges. I'll have to look up about that. When we were, we went to a few ports in Scotland and the Shetland Islands when we were there last July, and we didn't have any trouble. But I'll write down to do a little bit more research on smidges for us, okay, and see like if regular repellent, bug repellent
and
works.
We haven't had much issue with mosquitoes in Alaska.
You scratched.
Though I think it was Cozumel. They had some sand fleas.
There was a lot of skin.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's good to see you. Hey, Jennifer, nice to see you.
We're gonna see you in 9 days.
Nice to have you. Yeah. Okay. So if anybody wants to look here, Gordon can look at a deck plan and find a place to do a meet and greet. You do that really quick, and then we don't have people waiting. Hey, Steve, you and Kyle. Sure is good to see you guys. Hope you're doing okay. It showed a 10. Oh, let me tell you this too. Renee said it showed a $10 ship. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. Showed a $10 charge on the order to ship, but after placing it, it took the shipping off because we have the plus. Thank you. I have heard from a few other people lately that they will even see as they complete their order that there's a $10 charge, but it doesn't show up on their credit card. So hopefully they'll get that programming straight sooner than later, so it doesn't even look like you have to pay it. But I'm really glad that you didn't have to pay it and try to track down that money later. So thanks, Renee, for telling us. Hope you and Bill are doing okay. Hey there, Rena. It's nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Really good. Hey, Thomas. Oh, Thomas gets the Allianz and the annual Geo Blue medical insurance. I think we're going to get the Geo Blue as well. So I talked about Geo Blue a while ago in a video. So if anybody doesn't know about Geo Blue, just look at Geo Blue, and it's spelled just like he's got it here, GEO Blue. And it's remarkable medical insurance that works all over the world. So, and it's not expensive. Like I looked it up. For me, for a year, they have you put in your age and I think where you live, and it was like $228, something like that. So it's really affordable for really good coverage. Jennifer uses Travel Guard. Let's see. Hey, Mark, it's good to see you. Is the overall size of the reserve mini suite and the reserve cabin mini suite just the same size? Yes. So he's wondering, I talked today in my video about those Cabana mini suites. I'm right. Is that what you're thinking about? Oh no. Okay. You're talking about not on the Sun Princess. You're talking about regular mini suites, huh? Yes. So when you know what, Mark, I would say look at the ship that you're looking for. So on some of them, it's interesting to me that on some of them they've assigned the reserve ones are definitely more your midship. You're really nice, like what you'd consider to be the best location to be. Every once in a while, those will be ones that have the extended balconies, but not always. Sometimes it's a regular mini suite that has an extended balcony. But just the overall size, I believe, is the same. I don't think that they suddenly give you a bigger mini suite. I think that they're the same. And those Cabana mini suites I talked about today on the Sun, those are the same size. You just either get the part that has the lounge outside, or else you get the ones that then you've got a balcony and you're done. So does that help answer the question? So Heidi hopes spring comes soon. Me too. I'm tired of snow. Oh, code 4 for life. Don and Scotty, it's sure good to see you. They use the Allianz annual plan too. And I would say, you know what, if you go on a couple of cruises a year, you might want to look at the annual plan, because how much is ours? Like $700
This year it was $1,000.
Did we get a better one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we got better coverage this year.
Right.
Last year it was like $690 something, I want to say.
About $7, yeah.
And so, but this year he got one with higher. So it's the limits that make the difference.
Yeah.
So
yeah. She was worth more this year.
As wives go. Let's see, Dave. Hey there, Dave. It's so good to see you. How are you? He and Diana are on the Emerald now, heading to Hawaii. We will be there tomorrow. I am so glad. I am glad you are enjoying Princess. That makes me really happy. I'm glad you're having no problems. That's the way to think of it. Thanks. Let's see. Nancy wants to see Edinburgh Castle and the surrounding area on our own, but it requires timed tickets. What would be the earliest time we may get a tender to get off the ship? Oh, see, that's harder. Is Edinburgh a tender port? It must be if you're asking me that.
Let me see.
So Nancy, remind me. Okay,
Edinburgh.
Here's everything I think of in tender ports. Is if you're elite.
It doesn't say tender on here. I didn't carry that across, maybe though.
Here, you double check.
Let me look on.
You double check. Here's what I think of when it comes to those tender ports is if you're elite, you can go to the lounge and wait until they'll fit you in, and they just fit you in as they can. But if people have an excursion, they get priority. And so I would book it a little bit later so that you have time to wait a while to get off the ship, because they do have a lot there in Edinburgh that get off right early, because we've been double checking our excursions for that trip and making sure we're happy with what we've got. And then we finally picked something for Glasgow. But yeah, I would, you know what, here's the other thing, like be ready. Cause when they are ready to start giving out tickets for the tenders, they announce it over the loudspeaker. So like if it was me and I was anxious, I would be down in the piazza ready to go to where they're going to hand out the tickets. And
Yeah, it's a water shuttle.
sometimes they'll say in advance, that you're going to be in the Explorers Lounge. That was an example, or wherever to get your tickets so that you can be ready to go because you're early, because it is first come, first serve. They hand out those tickets in there according to who gets there first. So what time do we get there?
7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, so I would do one. If it was me, I would do it like later. I would do it like noon or something. Just because then you've got time to do that. And then if you get off and you're over there in plenty of time, go see something else and then come back to the castle.
Well, and talk to your vendor.
Everybody else can
I
stay.
mean, I assume you're possibly looking at something on Viator or
well, no, they're
whatever.
doing it on their own, and it just requires time tickets to get into the castle. So
so you're not even using an offshore.
Right. They're just going to get off the ship and go see everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would do it a little bit later, maybe like 11. I don't know. I always err on the side of way too much caution, though. I make us get to the airport too early, like all of these things. And so just think, but I wouldn't do it for 9 because you might be waiting,
Yeah, especially, and I don't know how what
like
it takes,
how many tenders they'll be running,
right, and what it gets to get from the dock up to the castle.
Yeah. Then you'll just be sure to have plenty of time.
Right.
Yeah. Does that help? Let's see. Jennifer can't wait for the Love Boat cruise. I know, me too. And I can't wait for them to announce the VIP packages. I got to know what's in that so we can all do it. Hey, Midge, she's coming with us on the Eclipse cruise. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a shipment of some of the shirts. We're waiting for the other shirts to come, but a really big box got delivered today. So Valerie is going to be going to Athens for a few days before her cruise next month. Should I use a taxi or hire a car service to get from Athens to the port? Okay, here's the whole thing. So
wait a minute. We missed a. Go ahead and answer her thing, and I'll jump to our super thing.
So if it were me, you know what? They're both about the same. Oh, thanks, Mark and Melanie. Thank you. Just finished his last Monday at work. Oh my goodness. That just made my heart. Oh, wow. 4 more days.
I don't know whether to feel sad or jealous.
That's wonderful. Congratulations,
That's exciting.
Mark and Melanie. That's great. Yeah, they're going to come with us. They're going to come with us on the Love Boat cruise and on Celebrity. We're going on the Celebrity Silhouette with the group. So if anybody wants to come, that's going to be an amazing cruise. We are going to Turkey, including an overnight in Istanbul and Greece.
And it is an in and out of Athens. So we're going to have the same issue here.
So when we were here, I'll just tell you this. So we used a car service this last time when we went because we stayed at the Athens Gate Hotel. They said, do you want a car service? We recommend them. So we signed up. Okay. And it costs like $50, which is about the same as the rate is for a taxi from the airport to the center of Athens there. And so it did take us a minute to find him because the guy that had been messaging Gordon before was not the guy that picked us up. But the guy that picked us up is awesome. I should share his information. You got his number.
I think so, yeah.
So I'll put that under a video because you know what I love? When we go early next time or late, whatever, it works better with his schedule for us to go early before our cruise in October or stay longer. We're going to use him because he was telling us in the car. He did a great job. He told us all this stuff about Greece, all the things you would want to know. And then he was saying that, if we ever needed or knew anybody that needed, he'll do a day trip. And his car was a nice car. Mm-hmm. He would take you down to Corinth to see the canal, take you to see some, temples. So I was thinking of putting together my list of where I want to go and then messaging him and asking if he would do that for a day for us because he was really, really good. And he was a good driver. I felt totally safe with him. So I would really like that. And it would be so much nicer to do it that way rather than in a bus, with 48 people,
yeah.
So anyway, that's what I'm thinking of doing, Valerie. And so the next time we go, I'm going to message him and see if he can pick us up at the airport. I want to say it's $45 or $50 flat rate to get in. There's also an app that they have there in Athens. So in Greece, they don't do Ubers. But also when you walk out of baggage claim, there's a taxi stand. It's not hard to get a taxi.
There's a lot of taxis.
Just tell them your hotel. They'll take you.
Right.
And make sure they have a meter or you agree on the price. I've not had any trouble with anybody in Greece ever giving us trouble. If they say $15, it's $15, to go where you want to go. And
And then did you tell her what we did from the hotel to the cruise port?
We just had it. Didn't we have a taxi?
We just, yeah, the Athens
hotel.
Gate Hotel was very kind. There was a taxi already sitting out there. They kind of went out there and scoped them out.
Oh yeah, they were really nice. That
Yeah.
Athens Gate I like. The only thing we're not sure of is they have air conditioning. We're not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We'll figure that out and tell you guys.
Yeah.
That
but yeah, they scoped out the taxi driver and said, yeah, he can take you down there. And he was good. He got us down there pretty quick. And
but truly, Gordon, our daughter and I have traveled there quite a bit in Athens, and we've never not felt safe.
Yeah.
So if you want to just grab a taxi, either one is okay.
Yeah, the car service that we got.
Oh, do you have it handy? I was going to say I've got to look for the name of the app, but I could.
It's called Welcome. It's a green guy here.
Oh, is that the name of their app? Is Welcome?
That's the app. Welcome.
I think it's blurring a little, but Welcome. They can find Welcome. Okay. So there you go, Valerie. Sue's reminding everyone, thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Just got done with work. Laura, it's nice to see you. Let's see. Oh, D. Howard is leaving tomorrow for Sydney to catch up with the Grand Princess. Oh, and cruise back to San Francisco.
Wow.
That's going to be amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I'm really excited for you.
There's Jeffrey's comment on Virgin.
Oh, he loved it. Wish he could afford to go again. I have a blog post in his webpage. So everybody look up, just Google Cruising for One blog, and you'll find Jeffrey's blog.
Well, we have links under our daily videos, but
as
not
well.
this live. Yeah.
So just remember that. Yeah.
There's a question.
So many favorite restaurants on the Majestic. First time on a Princess cruise. Oh, Sarah, you're going to have a nice time. So I think the Majestic is the only one that has that Harmony restaurant, which is a Chinese restaurant. So it's really good. It's yummy. It's a good restaurant.
Well, they have the noodles up by the pool
instead
of pizza.
Which was really tasty.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. And go see the Hollywood Conservatory. It's what they have instead of the Sanctuary. You don't have to pay to go in there. But every time we've been on there, the pool is cold.
Put your toe in first. Yeah.
But it's a really pretty area. And there's a bar there. And lots of, they're like individual, like I would say, think of like a cabana thought, like going all the way around, but the windows, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah. And if you, I don't know if you have a package or not, but the Alfredo's was really good on Majestic because we did that both times. So that was before they charged.
Really good. Yeah. Yeah. Carrie's in the Calgary airport, just in from Heathrow.
Yeah. See you next week.
Long days are just long travel days, but it's nice you get to go places.
I like this.
Their app still shows you need to order the medallion. It's like the app welcomed me on board to my first Princess cruise when we were getting to Athens. It's just like some little things that I think surely they must be working on. So it's a good thing, though, to let everybody know not to worry. Hey, Terry, we're going on the Sun January 4th, and I've already ordered watch bands on our medallions, and then we realized we will be away the week before. Usually they come a couple of weeks out, Terry, so you should hopefully be okay. But if heaven forbid they don't, when you get there, you can ask, and they'll give you new. If you're not home when they come. Yeah. So.
Terry's got a question here.
Okay. How much does Princess hold? Oh, on your credit card at embarkation? You know what? I am not sure. We should pay a little bit more attention to that. But they'll put a hold on your card, and then the more you spend, the more it goes up. And it'll last a couple of days after the cruise, too. And so that, oh, no, $100 notices. Thanks for saying that, Jeffrey. I would say if you use your debit card, be careful and make sure you have enough money in your card account for that, because you do have to account for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Is the cost of a Princess transfer from the ship? Nope. It varies, Nancy, by where you are. It's not always. I should finish saying that. The cost of a Princess transfer is not always the same. And I think part of it's because it's different distances, I've noticed that it's like, of course, cheaper in Fort Lauderdale than it is in a lot of most other places, quite frankly. But yeah, it just depends. So on where you are. So
oops.
Let's see.
All right, I'm having trouble here. I can't click. There we go.
Love boat cruise excursion. Recommend to book. Oh,
which port?
you know what? That is always so hard because I don't know what you've been. So I would say I need to pull up the list of places, but in Newport, Rhode Island, if you haven't been there, the things to see is the mansions and the cliff walk there. I would say do that, but it's not hard to do those mansions on your own. In Newport, they have a trolley that is free. And so you get off the tender and you come into the little thing and there's an information booth. But if you walk down the street to your left, I think it's called like America's Cup. You walk down like a block or two, and then to your left, there's this covered area, and the trolley comes there regularly. Now, the last time I was there, I was going to do that, but there was a really, really long line, and I noticed that when the trolley would pull up, and I was really getting off the ship. I was lucky enough, I didn't book an excursion, but since I'm elite, I went to the elite lounge and got off pretty early. But it was already really full because you have, other tourists in town as well. And it was a beautiful day in September. But anyway, I noticed that you have this huge long line and a trolley would pull up to drop off and pick up. And very few people would get off compared to how many people wanted to get on. And I'm not known for patience when I am in town for a day and there's things on my list. If I don't have a long list, then I don't mind waiting.
Well,
but when I know what I'm
worried about getting back to the ship on time too.
So I just called an Uber, like on my phone. I didn't call him. I ordered it on my app and it was like $6 or $7. I can't remember to get from there down. I went clear to the end of Rough Point first. And then I just kind of walked my way back and stopped at the other mansions. So it's really easy to do that on your own. You have to pay admission to the mansions, but that would be included in how much you paid for an excursion anyway. Mm-hmm. So that works really nicely. But if you don't want to do it by yourself, book an excursion. You can walk along the cliff walk there on your own. That's what I would do there.
There's the other.
Oh, thank you so much. So in Boston, if I were there for the first time, like the trolley tour comes right to the port. So you can do the, is it the old trolley tour?
I think so.
Something trolley tours. And that is awesome. That takes you all over town. You clear over into Cambridge and back, and you can get off anywhere you want. You could even take that and get off and do part of the Freedom Trail if you want. You could get off and do the whole Freedom Trail and use that to get back at the end of the day. It's really awesome. That's probably what I would do. Or you're right there by Southport. I should look and see how close that is to the
part of it, though, is Monday in Boston is Labor Day.
Oh, that's true.
So,
but I bet they'll still be running it.
Oh, they'll be running it, yeah. But they'll probably, because it's summertime still, they'll probably be running quite a few. Mm-hmm. But expect a few more people because of Labor Day. That's
true, and it'll be busy because the colleges will be starting right after.
Yeah,
but it's okay. We're going to go see family that day. That's where our son and his wife and kids live. So that's what we're going to do. But that's what I would do. I would use that trolley tour or look and see how close we are to the T, because the T is very easy to navigate there in Boston, really easy to do. And it's really safe. I've never been afraid on the T.
Oh, yeah. The T is a lot of fun.
So it's a really good way to get around. You can get right down. Like there's the Boston Common. There's just Park Street and all the Revolutionary War places. And that's what I would do. And when you are over there by the Old North Church, walk down Hanover Street and go to Mike's Pastry and get a cannoli. Mm-hmm. It's the best cannoli you're going to get out of Italy. And it's better than some that they have.
Yeah.
So
now is that Mike's Pastry still cash only?
That one, I believe, oh gosh, I want to say it is. The one over by Harvard they'll take a card.
Right.
But I think that one's still cash only. The last time I was there,
I don't remember. Yeah.
It was cold outside.
But and being that it's Italian cannoli, you act like you're in Italy on the line.
Depends on the day. But go to the left and move yourself forward.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Thanks, Hank. It's nice to see you, Hank and Diane. He said Edinburgh is a tender port.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I meant that.
Thanks. Thank you. I want you to book Love Boat Cruise. We have been, hey, Holly, I sent you my cabin preference. Yes. So when we get done here, you can call me. Did I already put my phone number in there? If not, I'll put my phone number in reply, Holly.
She doesn't want to type her credit card in here.
No, like somebody put my phone number on Facebook and they were being nice. I know, but then I get caught.
Stupid calls.
Then I get stupid calls and stupid comments. So, hey, Kathy, you know what? You sweetheart. you are priceless. And I wish that the amount of times I emailed you reflected how often I think of you. And then I wish you the best, and I hope you're doing okay. So it's really good to see you here. Thanks for popping in. So yeah, that's Sun Princess is something. She's different. She's yeah. And I truly think you have to, if you go and you don't like it, or you go and you're like, oh, this isn't what whatever, just sit down and give it a try.
Yeah.
Because in the end, we really liked it. Didn't you think so?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Especially because some of the new things that we've seen on some of the other ships, but it's a princess ship.
It is. And you know what I think? I think that even like more and more, like we're seeing this trend, you know, on other cruise lines, more and more the ship is going to become the destination.
Yeah.
Right. It'll vary a little bit by if you want to go to Europe or if you want to go to the Caribbean, but truly a whole lot more is becoming the destination, is the ship itself and what they've got. So
did we finish talking about, I mean, we stopped at Boston, but then there's Rockland.
Oh, sorry. You know what? Rockland, I haven't been there. So on our cruise,
yeah.
we went to Bar Harbor, St. John for the Bay of Fundy, go see the reversing rapids. That's the whole deal there. And eat the poutine. Eat the poutine. I can't tell you that enough. So right in the port area there, you know how like when you get off the ship, there's a port area and then you walk down and there's all these vendors here. They're selling their stuff. They're selling their food. They're selling their fudge. And there's a food truck for the poutine. I hope I'm saying that's how they said it. The lady spoke to me. She's called it poutine that worked there. So I said the way she says. So I thought, well, I got to try it. I'm here. Oh my goodness. Was it good? You just have to do that. So throwing that out there, and you can walk down the street from a little bit and there's a little shopping area. I'm trying to remember what else is there, but go see the reversing rapids. That is what that place is known for. And they're beautiful. So, and there's lots of different excursions. So that's what I would do in Halifax. There I went to Peggy's Cove, which is really beautiful. It's really beautiful there. The lighthouse and the whole little kind of village area, the way they've got that. That's what I did.
We haven't firmed that one up, but we
need to finish firming our stuff up. Yeah. Rena's coming on the Love Boat cruise too. Yep. British Isles. Are you thinking light color group? You and my daughter-in-law. Okay. You know what? Okay, we'll do light. So we did black for the Sun Princess, and we're doing navy blue for the other, just because those are the I wear black and I wear navy blue, and that's pretty much it. Okay, we'll get something light. Okay, we'll do a light colored Nancy. Anybody have a vote on light? Well, like
yellow or
I was thinking royal blue for Love Boat. For some reason, I don't know why royal blue comes to me with the Love Boat cruise. Do you know why?
I don't know, but
I think that's maybe what we were thinking. If anybody thinks of something else, tell me. So we were thinking royal blue for that. Yeah, we could do a light colored group cruise t-shirt. I'll look at the colors we can get and throw a few out there. How's that? And then we'll decide. You've been rewatching episodes. I like that. So usually our daughter-in-law designs our t-shirts. And so this is really funny. Yesterday she says, you know, I've been thinking maybe we should watch The Love Boat. And Gordon turns on, like finds on YouTube, and the music starts playing. And our son and daughter-in-law are in face. And I'm like, that's it. So yeah, we've been really enjoying that too, Rita. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Chris can't eat seafood. What restaurants would you recommend on the Discovery? You know what? They've got the Crown Grill. Mm-hmm. The Crown Grill is really good. They've got, you know what? 360 we've got to try. And I'll let you know how much seafood is in that. I don't know. So we'll let you know about that. Alfredo's is really good. They've got the Italian thing going. So that's really good.
Oh, yeah, well, it's really good.
But, and you know what, the Catch by Rudy, I will tell you about that. We're going to get on and look at that, and I can take a picture of the menu. But I think they've got, like, you know, it's like surf, like they not only have the surf, but they have the turf. And so I remember when that restaurant came out that they talked about it. So if you have an allergy, you probably don't want to go there. As you mentioned, you can't eat it. But I would say you definitely could go and enjoy the Crown Grill. And Sabatini's has Italian, which is really, I really enjoy Sabatini's. So I think those are good options. So anybody else jump in there if you've got ideas.
John,
hey, John, nice to see you. Good to have you with us. Let's see.
Here we go.
Did you take the transfer, Casey? Nope, but we signed up and we're going to do it this time.
Yeah.
So last year when I went by myself,
She was alone.
I just I was going to Uber, and then they canceled my Uber. So I just walked back over to the airport, which wasn't very far because I was at the TWA airport, and took a taxi. But this year we are signed up and we're going to do the transfer. So, and I think that'll be the easiest. And if you're by yourself, it's cheaper, I think, to do the transfer. Is it? It's $108 a person round trip. And so that's like $54. I guess it's about the same. I feel like that's about what I paid for a taxi last year. But then I took the transfer back. I should say, to get to the ship, I just took the taxi. But going back to the airport, I took the transfer, and it was really easy. And I tell you guys, the secret is getting the nice gentleman that helps you with your bags, a porter. That's the secret, because he just took my bags and put them on the bus, and I gave him a tip, and I got on the bus, and he took care of everything. So yeah, it works really smoothly. If I stay at the Grand Plaza in San Pedro, is the cruise port in walking distance? Yes. So many people tell me that they stay there and they can walk. Yes. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Code for Life. You can walk to the cruise port and they offer a shuttle. So thanks for saying that, Don and Scotty. Yeah, it's really popular for people to stay there and walk. Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah. So on the Enchanted in May, Justine ordered the medallion on an old app and said it would be delivered. On the new app, it says we didn't order it. Did you get the confirmation email? That's what I think the key maybe is. You're supposed to get a confirmation email when you order it. And if that's what I would go by. And if you didn't get a confirmation email, I would order it again. So, and you get a confirmation email even if you order it just to be picked up at the port. So you get an email either way. Jeffrey's mom grew up and was demolished. Oh my goodness, where she grew up was demolished to make way for America's Cup Avenue. Oh my. So she is right close by the beautiful harbor there. We are going to book the group Christmas cruise. Do I just use the webpage you sent me, or should I call and have you book it? Julie, whatever is easiest for you. If you want to use the webpage, you can do it. And then we can visit on the phone for your credit card number. There's not really a way to enter that. And so either way, Julie. Yeah. And we're tickled pink to have you come. This will be great. I am so excited for that. And so if anybody doesn't know, we're going to do a Christmas market cruise on the Danube. Christmas markets on the Danube, and it goes from the port right there by Munich down to Budapest. And it's December 7th through the 14th of 2025 on the Alma Magna. So it's on Alma Waterways. And I am
gonna be really
excited.
Yeah.
Some things I'm excited about, but I'm really, really, really excited about that one.
Bundle up.
So Julie, we will be really glad to have you with us. So yeah, thanks. Yeah. And if you need my email, if you need my phone number, send me another, just send me an email. Poutine. Thank you. Yep. That's what they said. That's how the lady said it to me. Because I asked her how to pronounce it, because I've heard like different ways. Yeah. Peggy's Cove. Be sure to check out the shops. Yeah, Russell. So they like right there by the shops. Is this what right by, so you've got all those huge, like these huge granite boulders, and then the lighthouse, which is beautiful. So you can walk around on that, but be careful. And then you needed me to tell you that, huh? And then there's this huge, like it looks like a white house, like a really big one. Go in there, and they have like a place where you can eat. They have all sorts of kinds of souvenirs that you can buy. So, and then you can walk and loop down and walk around the little village area there. And I took really pretty pictures. It was really nice. And there's like lots of little artisan type shops around there too. So I really enjoyed the day. Oh, Rena, thank you very much. Sabatini's and the Crown Grill is where they eat. Thanks for saying that. Let's see. Do Princess Blue for the t-shirt. You think should I do the same color? You think like for, well, definitely the Love Boat. That's why that color came to my mind, like that royally blue. Yeah. But then I don't know. Nancy, speak up if we should do that color for the British Isles as well. Oh, you're a lovely redhead, perhaps mint green. Laura, you are so nice. I grew up in the 70s and I had too much mint green in my life. And I don't know how much of that has to do with what I wear now. You sweet lady. Thanks for saying that, Laura. You're really kind. Thank you. But mint green is a good color. That's a good idea. And that kind of reminds me of the British Isles, right? Because they're so green. And we're going to go to Ireland, which is the
it's
Emerald
Ireland.
Isle.
Yeah, the Emerald
Maybe
Isle.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
We'll check it out.
Anybody up for a pre-cruise meet and greet in LA before the Eclipse cruise? What time does our flight get there?
We get there about 10:30.
Can you find us an earlier flight?
I could look.
He'll look. Okay, John, he'll look. We're going to stay at the LAX Hilton. So where are you going to be? Tell us that down there in the comments.
Well, he lives in City of Industry.
I know.
So I don't know if John, are you on the cruise?
Well, it's a pre-cruise meetup, or he could just come and say hey to everybody. If we could get there earlier, we could do that. That would be fun. Yeah. I like that thought. We should have thought of that. Okay, I'm writing that down. Pre-cruise meetup.
We could meet at my sister's house.
No, we are not.
They got a big yard.
Pre-cruise meetup. Just not again that. Okay. That's a really good idea, John. Thanks for thinking about that. Let's see. Emerald is one of my favorite ships. I think it is too. Let's see. Make sure you bundle up.
Well, somebody had a question that I'm
sorry. Well, I apologize. I'll let Gordon be in charge here.
Here it is. There's the question.
Okay. Hey, Mary. We're on the British Isles group cruise. We want to pick up medallions at the port. Do we need to do something specific on the app? So, Mary, you go through the process of ordering the medallions, and then it's like on the same page, like you could click on check in to scroll down a little bit more and order medallions. And when it gets, after you pick out whatever you want or don't want, it'll have you indicate if you want to pick it up at the port or if you want to have it shipped to you. And that's just how you do it. But I mean, even if you don't, they'll still have them there for you. That we're going to pick ours up at the port as well. So hoping for light blue or white, Nancy says. Princess blue. Okay. Let me write this down.
Yeah. Nancy is thinking light blue or white.
Light blue or white. Princess blue. We'll look and see what colors the company that does them has. Princess Blue, Hetty says. Well, okay, Princess Blue. And we'll definitely do that color for the love boat.
Definitely for the love boat, yeah.
Definitely. And yeah. I'll look at what else they've got there too.
We'll be in negotiations for the British Isles. And of course we got the Alaska group cruise too. Mm-hmm. So
no, not on the cruise. I can drive over. Okay, John. Okay. Gordon,
let's all go to John's house.
When we get done here, we're not all going to John's house. We will look at flights when we're done here and see if there's something else that there's space on that we could do. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Michael, good to have you with us. Received an upgrade to the reserve cabana. Checking to see if the lounge chairs directly in front of your cabana is designated to that room. Well, you know what, Michael, I'll ask. I could ask Christy and David. It seems like they are. I mean, there's no sign on them, but it'd be really weird to go sit in front of the ones in front of somebody else's room. And but you know what you could always do if they're not so designated? Just go out in the morning and put your towel down. And that's that towel hog thing. But in that little area, everybody gets their own. Area. You know what I mean? Everybody gets their own. So I think that would be, very acceptable. So, but I was really taken aback with how beautiful that whole area is. It is really pretty. I was skeptical at first, and I was so happy when I walked down a little bit and just kind of looked. You can't see in the room. Thanks, Joseph. Turns out, go put your towel out there. Okay. And don't ever say I said that.
You didn't hear it here.
Anyway. Oh, yes. Mary, we're going to need sizes. I'm trying to get caught up right now. Gordon's going to send an email.
Don't worry about that.
No, we were trying last night to make sure we liked our excursions because he's going to get an email out. He is my secretary. Not really. He's just my helper, and I'm his
your
helper.
Husband. End of story.
And so we will send that out, and then everybody can reply with their sizes. Thank you, Mary. You're a love. We're really excited about that trip. So excited. I need to figure out the rest of. A post on Cruise Critic says Princess is back to saying you can't have door decorations. You know what? I think it's only the Regal.
Only the Regal's the one.
Everything I have heard, and I have read so many Facebook things on so many ships. It seems like it's just the Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw a fair amount of door decorations on the Sun Princess.
Yeah, we did.
And we never heard of anybody saying no, you can't.
Yeah, and people, I remember I was looking at a Ruby Princess one. I can't remember, maybe like on Saturday or yesterday, and they were just talking about how they were just on the Ruby, lots of door decorations. So I really do think it's just the Regal right now, and I don't know why. So I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Richard says, in 8 days you leave for, this is you guys, Pat. They're going to get married over in the British Isles on a cruise, if you can believe it. Got the medallions, have to call me. Yeah. Oh, there's your name, Pat and Rich. I figured it was you before I got that far. But yeah, they're getting married on a ship. Can you believe it? And they were married 50 years ago. Isn't that amazing? So true love never fails. So I love that they found each other again and are getting married again. And they're coming with us to Alaska. So if you want to meet amazing people, come with us to Alaska. July 27th, we're going. So it's nice to see you, by the way, Eddie. Hey, Eddie, how are you? Reserve dining in a specific area of the dining room. You know what? On the Sun Princess, it's its own dining room. So on the Sun Princess, you've got the signature dining room for anybody in a suite, and you've got the reserve dining room for anyone that is in a reserve class mini suite, which is really cool because they're beautiful dining rooms. It's like going to any other dining room. They have the door. It's really nice. You go in there, but everybody says that the food is superb. The service is superb. I think you just get that little bit more of attention. You have the menu that's the same as in the main dining room, but at least 1 or 2 extra. Somebody one night told me there were 2 extra entrees to choose from. And so I don't know how often there's 1 or 2 or what, but I think they probably just have just that extra level of, we got to go on this culinary tour, and they have pictures on the wall of what every dish is supposed to look like. And so you would think that every time, but see, they get so busy, that they would look over everything, make sure everything looks like it's supposed to look in the picture. But I was going to say, I think in the reserve and signature dining rooms, you just get that extra level of that they make sure that everything is as it should be.
Well, and if you saw the video, was it Friday or Saturday, you talked about dining? I think it was Saturday of the cruise experience dining. And I included pictures.
That would be Friday.
Friday. Okay. And I included pictures from that culinary tour that we took.
Oh, that's right.
There were a few places where they actually had a whole stack of plates already pre-made with Caesar salad,
like in the cooler,
the fruit, the fruit plates and so on. So they're already getting those ahead. So they kind of have an assembly line and then they set them aside.
Yeah. But it's a whole separate dining room now. Yeah. The only thing that surprised me is it's down the hallway. So you've got the piazza on deck 7 and 8, and then down the side hallway from that is where you get to the shops on each level. And on one level, I can't remember, I think it's 7, is where the reserve and signature dining rooms are. That's the only thing that surprised me, is that signature dining room is not closer to the suites, because you think of how Norwegian does it and how Celebrity does it. It's much like Lumine is right there.
Yeah, that's what Eddie's saying there.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Oh, kind of like Lumine. Oh, I don't think it's as fancy though. Because everyone that has eaten, I haven't eaten in Lumine yet, but people say it's excellent, like a whole separate dining experience. So I would love to hear from anybody that's eaten in Lumine here and to tell us what you think. But I think that Lumine is nicer.
So here's David's.
Oh, thanks, David. Oh, that's awesome. They had a party of 6 and they just went out of their way to keep you together. Yeah. That's great.
And when we were on the Island Princess, it was in the corner of the dining room.
Yeah.
And it was, they smelled so good when they get that garlic going.
No, but it seemed like they did a good. You know what? I don't think there is ever a wait in the reserve dining room. I didn't notice. I'm sorry. And it's far enough away from the main dining room. It's far enough away from the other dining venues that you don't like. So if there was a line for the reserve area of the main dining room, like on a regular ship, you would see that line, but it's over in its own hallway, and so you'd have to really be over there when people were waiting in the line to catch it. So we weren't there right at a time to catch it. But the whole part of that whole deal is that you're not supposed to ever have to wait. So.
Okay, David and Monica both have the same question.
What are the details of the Alaska cruise? So it's July 27th. It's a 7-day cruise round trip out of Seattle. We're going on the Discovery Princess. We do have a day in Glacier Bay because I think that's really important. And then we also go to Skagway and Juneau and Ketchikan, and also to Victoria in Canada. And that's at the very beginning. We were going to get into town, like into port there at about 7, but now they've moved it back till 9. Yeah. So I don't know, honestly, what that's going to do with the excursions. Ours is still booked, that we had booked before, to Bouchard Gardens. But anyway, it's going to be wonderful. We're going at the end of July. Hopefully that has been, when we have gone in July and August, I think we've had beautiful weather every time. So hopefully we'll have beautiful weather this time. But we're just really excited. It's
We've got the crabbing excursion in Ketchikan.
Yep, we got that booked. And then, so when I went on Holland America, not this time, but in 2022, that time, they actually had an excursion where so as you're going down, and you're going to turn, the ship is going to turn to go towards Juneau. Before they turned the direction to go up to Juneau, the expedition, like the tour company, brought their boat up alongside, and we actually got off.
Did I do that?
I don't know. And we actually got off.
You held your hands.
We got off the ship directly onto the tour boat, and they took us out to see Sawyer Glacier, which is beautiful. And you only get there, like Glacier Bay, on a boat. And so it took most of the day, though. We didn't get into port there in Juneau until like about 4. They took us like really early, like at 7 or 8 in the morning. And we got, but the whole time you're seeing beautiful scenery. It's not like you sit there, nothing to see, Sawyer Glacier, see that and sit down, nothing to see. It's just beautiful. Yeah. So we booked that this time because it was so beautiful, but they don't do it the same. And so we actually get all the way into port in Juneau, and then we're going to go do that. And it takes most of the day, but that's what we're going to do this time.
And Skagway, we're doing that other glacier that you went to.
Oh, the Davidson Glacier. So when you're in Skagway, they've got another one that they take you over kind of like on the ferry towards Haines. And so you get off, but then they kind of turn a little bit and take you over. And it includes like getting tight through the forest a little bit. Then you get in a canoe, paddle over to see the glacier. It is just the coolest experience. So that's what we're going to do in Skagway. And then Ketchikan, you go see the crab pots and how all that works. And then you get to eat pretty much all the crab, Dungeness crab that you want. And then we're going to spend some time walking around the town and seeing things. So that's what we're doing. So there is everything about that, but we're really excited. Yeah. And we'd love to have you. How much would you suggest as a tip for eating at the 360 dining experience, and who would you tip? Oh, see, that's a little bit harder since I haven't done it. Ask me after we've done it. But
couple of weeks,
yeah, I was gonna say, because I don't know how many people are like directly involved with you. Like if you have one person who is your waiter the whole time, I would give them a tip. And if you have someone, like so often when you're at things like that, then you've got like the maitre d' kind of person, maybe would really go out of their way to see you and make sure that you're well taken care of. I would give them a tip. It costs $149 a person. So that's, you think of, well, how much is, so often now it's like 20% is what you give. And so you would have to think of, well, it is.
Yeah, I know.
And so, but that's not completely the rule of that, I don't know. I would just say, take how much you feel good about. That's why I never like to, I really don't like to say numbers. So if anybody wants to put something down there, because I never want somebody to think me to say an amount and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Whereas I think it's more important that the people, it should be commensurate with what you should do. If you can do more, I think you should. If you can't, then you shouldn't. And so I think it means the most that they realize that you appreciate what you did for them. Just Does that make sense? But if anybody has direction on that or has done 360, let us know. We're really excited to give that a try.
It's going to be fun.
We're going to do it on the night we leave Cabo. So that's when we're going to do it.
So Richard is saying that when he gets on the ship, he goes, sets up stuff for his dining.
Yep. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do for our group. We're going to get there early. And we actually had the transfer booked from the airport, but we've been mulling over maybe doing an Uber instead because I want to get there in plenty of time so that right when they start embarkation, I can get on and get over to the main dining room to get a dining time for our group. So that's a good idea, though. A lot of people do. When you find the main dining room that is open, it's not just people that have more people like I do. They're trying to do it. You'll just see a couple saying, we want a table for two every night.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why we're seeing that deck 6 on the Sun Princess be traditional dining, because there's enough people that want that now. You can have a 5 o'clock and a 7:30 seating, and it makes everybody happy. So Mark says, we were on the Emerald Princess the full trans of the Panama Canal in January 24th. The food was outstanding, scheduled for a back-to-back Sun Princess in 2025. Compare the food.
That's hard to say because you're talking a year difference. Where the food is being sourced.
I would like to think that it would be similar. I truly do. I truly do. And for all my complaining, I think that they're really trying hard. I really do think that they're trying hard. And so I really hope that you have a wonderful experience. Yeah. Yeah. And you'll be over here, the Emerald Princess. So which direction did you go? I was going to say, if you're sailing out of Fort Lauderdale and your transit of the Panama Canal is from Fort Lauderdale, it would be the same suppliers there. So hopefully it'll be really good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jeannie's going in May. So we'll miss.
Yeah. May's a pretty time to go. Yeah. Doug says his bionic hip is doing great.
I can run faster and jump higher.
Looking forward to old man races on the top deck. There you go. You're a sweetheart. I
feel great.
Yeah, he's doing much better. Yeah. Oh, Paul's heading to Alaska on the Discovery in 39 days. So you're going earlier. First time on Princess, first time in Alaska. Experienced cruiser, though. You were the cruise director with Carnival?
Cruise, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Sanctuary in Glacier Bay. Oh, see, that's kind of hard. You know what? People that have done it say that they really, so I would do the Sanctuary in a heartbeat if I had an interior. Yes.
Yeah.
With having a balcony, though, I think that Glacier Bay to me is we always do a mix of the day. We spend some time at our balcony, but then also when you're in Glacier Bay, it is really important. And you know, when you get to Glacier Bay, it's not glacier. When you first enter, they tell you that you're entering, but it takes a little while to get to the first glacier. But once you start getting down closer, you'll see more beautiful mountains. You're going to go this early, so you're going to see ice in the water a lot more than we're going to see at the end of July. And you really want to be out there because they will start telling you when you start to come to some of the different glaciers. And as you're going in, they're more on your port side. But then you'll see them on the way out if you're happy, if your balcony happens to be on starboard. But I kind of like to see them going both ways. And so we spend time on our balcony, but then also, especially when you get down towards Marjorie and the
other one
the John Hopkins and that whole area, you want to be outside some too on the top, so you just get the whole vista of the whole thing. And so if you don't have a balcony, you might want to do that. I'm glad you're going on the Discovery because for your first time, because if you can go on a smaller ship like the Sapphire, but their upper area, the top deck is so much smaller. And then you also are dealing with like the blue glass that they put up. And so sometimes the actual area that you've got at the rail is really limited. And so the Discovery is like the Majestic in that it's wide open a lot more. So you can accommodate so many more people up on those top decks. So having said all that, if you have a balcony, I wouldn't worry about the Sanctuary so much. The Sanctuary is actually covered. So if I thought of myself in the Sanctuary, I would want to go out of the Sanctuary to see quite a bit of stuff. It's just me. Throwing that out there.
And like she was saying, when you go all the way up, and if you go all the way up to deck 19, They have a little putt-putt golf course on the Majestic. I think it's the same thing on Discovery. There, and especially after you've been there a couple of hours, when they're turning around to start to head out, a lot of people are
back to
they're bored.
They're either swimming or they're inside playing, whatever.
And you've got the place to yourself. So,
yeah, it's really interesting how that works.
Yeah.
It is. So
and I'll be up there with my 360 camera this time again.
You will.
Yes.
Okay. Did that help, Paul? If you have more questions, just ask us. Are there more mini suites available on your Alaska cruise? I think so, Monica. Yeah, if you want to, send me an email as soon as we're done here and I'll look. Yep. Sorry, I can't pull that up right here. My laptop's upstairs.
Yep.
So, oh, I'm so excited. I'll tell you all about 360. I'm really excited. Everybody says it's really cool and that you need to do it at least once. So maybe people want to vote here. I have an email into Princess. Haven't heard back yet about maybe, I don't know if people on the Love Boat Cruise want to have a time for everybody to do 360. Clearly we can't accommodate everybody all at once, but if anybody wants to try to pre-book that, I thought it might be kind of fun. If y'all go to specialty dining, is the tip included in the gratuities? Yes. Rena, that tip should be, you should not be charged extra gratuity when you've got those packages. Yeah. Hey, Barb, how are you and Maria doing? Left Kona last night, but after 4 hours, we had to turn around and go back for a medical evacuation. Learned today the passenger is doing well. Oh, what wonderful news that passenger is doing well. I am really glad to hear that. Oh. Thanks for telling us. Are you guys having the best time? Yeah, I hope so. Hope you guys are doing great. And thanks for letting us know. We'll have to keep them in our purse too. The grand class with the wraparound promenade is the best. That's, you know what? That's a really good point too. Yeah, because that promenade is, you're down there closer. First time we went to Alaska, and I think the second, we were on like the Golden Princess and the Star Princess. And that's a really good point. That's a really good place to see. Yeah. And it's nice to have like a whole mix, you know? Yeah. To see up, see down. Yeah. Everything else. Yeah. So are we at the end? Does anybody have any questions we missed? Oh, we're 10 minutes over. Well, it's a good thing. So let's see. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Oh, did everybody can do thumbs up and get fireworks? Thanks for coming and joining us tonight. Thanks for being so fun and wanting to talk about cruising. It's really enjoyable to be with you. So if you haven't watched our video yet from today, watch that. Oh, Paul, just one sec. I'm an interior, but traveling with my mom who is in a balcony so we can sit on her balcony. We're both going solo in the cabin because we like space. For double cruise credits. I love that. There you go. Good. And it is nice to have your own space. That's not a bad thing at all. So I hope you have a really nice time with your mom. And that'll be nice if she likes to sit down a little bit. Yeah, it'll be really good. So thanks for coming, you guys. We'll see you. We'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.